I mean, I love baked beans anyway. I eat them, as a meal sometimes for myself. No worries. I can eat them directly out of the tin too. Adding a few other things to the beans to jazz them up a bit was a bit of a no-brainer for me, because it's something I eat quite regular anyway. And also fascinated by the beans themselves. There's so many different varieties of beans, and I've been trying different types of beans and going, wow, this bean's even better than the other bean, So yeah, I'm into my beans at the moment. Well, the idea came up with Bushman's beans. Yeah, that particular recipe I had to come up with because I was asked to cook for a large group of people. 300 and something people actually in actual fact, and the previous cook that was arranged to cook the breakfast had a medical emergency and couldn't make it, and they said, Ronnie, can you come and cook that? And I said, well, what was he going to do? And they said, Boston beans, can you do that? And I said, yeah, I can do that. No idea what Boston beans is. I said, can I change it to Bushman's beans though on the menu? And he said, oh yeah, you can call it whatever you want. I said, all right, well, Bushman's beans it is. It's king brown pork and beans, and all we've done here is we've browned off some pork sausages. We've added a couple of tins of baked beans, a couple of tins of butter beans, a tin of kidney beans, a tin of corn, and now the secret weapon's going in. I've added a pork bone in there, which gives it that lovely smoky flavour. I would add a chilli, but I can't find anything. I've left them at home, so that's not going to happen. But here it is. The secret ingredient. You need to add a bit of golden syrup. Righto, so that's a good glug of golden syrup. So that's going to be, if it had a chili in it, it'd be a little slightly spicy. It's going to be smoky, it's going to be sweet. It's got lots of different beans flavours going there, got big chunks of pork sausage going in there. That's a breakfast you can work on. That's a beautiful breakfast. Pork and bean breakfast. Now what I'm going to do with this, I'm actually going to simmer this because the sun's going down behind me. It's nowhere near breakfast time yet. What I'm actually going to do is simmer this tonight while we're eating our dinner. And then later on, I'm just going to take it off the heat and let it sit in its pot overnight. And in the morning, I'm going to bring it back up to temperature because all those flavours now are going to infuse themselves into it, and it's going to be absolutely beautiful to eat, and the boys are going to love it. Yeah, one of the better things to do with the bean recipe is you've cooked up your dinner in the camp oven, and it's easy for me. I've got a lot of camp ovens, but I'll get a small camp oven aside, whack in all my bean stuff that I'm going to have for breakfast, and just sit on a few coals and let it come up to the simmer, let it boil away, and let it settle down on its own. And in the morning, I'll get up. It's already matured in, and all I've got to do is reheat it, and it's ready to go on that lovely piece of fried damper. Okay, so we've got our bean recipe. I cooked last night. It's got the pork sausages, we've got kidney beans, we've got baked beans, we've got butter beans. Oh, they're so good. We've got a bit of corn in there. Normally I'd have a bit of chilli in there, but I've actually left the chilli at home, so I'm in trouble for that. But anyway, it's ready to go. It's been mellowing overnight. It looks fantastic. We're going to serve that up now. Oh, look at that. Look at that, isn't that wonderful? How about that? We better not give them one sausage. We better put a couple on there. Okay, that looks pretty good there. Now we better put some damper with all this. And now, does that look like a breakfast or what? It's just baked beans, golden syrup, a pork bone, some chorizo, and a couple other varieties of beans. And surprisingly, it's pretty damn good to eat. So, especially if you make it the night before and let it mellow in a bit, that's a good start of the day, that's for sure.